guys, Paul here from Aussie Survivor. Haven't done a video for a little while. Invested in a new stand, so I've got a stand to hold my camera now, so I'm pretty high tech, and trying to get the quality of my stuff a little bit better for you guys. Today we're going to unbox a Gerber, pretty sure that's how you pronounce it. It's Bear Grylls sort of stuff. It's a little 16-piece survival kit. So we're going to have a look at that, suss it out, see what sort of quality it is, and see if it actually going to help you in the wild. But yeah, before we get too far into it, I hope you're all doing well through this corona. A quick beer for us. It's been a very interesting year. I've been struggling with shipping in my life, as far as running Aussie Survivor. Like we've basically everything we're selling at the moment is coming from Australia, so that's good for Australian businesses. But I think a lot of people have learnt that a lot of the stuff, even though you make it sold in Australia, but it has come from China, so stock running out. So basically everything overseas is pretty much a month plus wait at the moment, even if you're buying from your AliExpresses and stuff like that, or wherever, anything overseas. So just be wary of that. Nothing from Aussie Survivor. Everything that we sell is in stock in Australia, and I'm constantly looking for suppliers such as this. Obviously they're available in other places. I always try and make sure that I get people that stand by their products if there's an issue and stuff like that. But yeah, this whole coronavirus has really ripped up a lot of businesses, and yeah, sorry for any of them that haven't survived it. Aussie Survivor is still going strong. We've pulled anything from overseas off the site. We only had about 3 to 5% of stock anyways from there. So basically nothing from overseas. And going forward, I think Aussie Survivor will be a totally Australian-based stocking, because it's affected a little bit. Obviously some stuff is easier to supply than others. But some unique things like camouflage gear and things like that, hard to stock in Australia, or not many people stock it, so I've got to look abroad to find that. But yeah, I was going to do a video. I actually did one, but I saw everyone doing it and I didn't want to jump on the bandwagon with the toilet paper. It blew my mind how people just ran and bought toilet paper. Couldn't understand it, but I think the pandemic and the stocking and stuff like that has slowed down a lot. So we don't have to use one ply anymore. We can buy like a deluxe ply. But yeah, without further ado, let's get into this. I've got some more stuff coming. A lot of the stuff I wanted to do, I was going to do a jump spider kit, but that sold out. Couldn't buy it. Again, not sponsored by Gerber. I bought this myself. Got to keep buying my stuff. That's all right. One day, keep giving us a thumbs up, guys, if you like the channel and watch it. And please subscribe. We've had a lot, it may not look like a not, but it really means a lot when people hit that subscribe button to me. So thanks so much for doing that. Quick sip to get me going, and we'll be on our way. All right. So what we got is this the ultimate kit. So these are available on the site. You can buy them elsewhere as well. I've been wanting one for myself, so so again, a win-win for myself. I want to see their quality. It's got Bear Grylls basically naming it, but it's also got Gerber's name, which I believe make a good knife. My trusty flick knife back on action. These are sold out at the moment, so all the people that have them are too expensive, so I'm just waiting for one of my suppliers to restock, but they should be back soon. So what I might do actually, because it's all well and good for me to see it all, I'm gonna bring my new fancy tripod in, and we'll unbox it together, right? All right, let's get going. I'll see you in a sec. All right, you'll love my table. Solid table, very high profession, $5 from the tip. Yeah, so on the back it gives you the description, codes and stuff like that. Yeah, you can read that on the internet. Best way to open these. Let's just rip it. It looks like it's got like a little fold there. God. This is the ultimate challenge. If you can't open the packet, you don't survive. It's like, what the fuck? Alright, that's it. We're not mucking around anymore. So we'll just rip that. Holy moly. There we go. Oh, okay, I probably shouldn't have done that because yeah, maybe don't do that. My God, they have sealed this really well. Probably cost 20 bucks for them to seal it. Here we go, here we go. We're starting to get some action now. Yeah, oh no, it was pretty safe. It was just the orange on that. I thought I was ripping the instructions or something. But yeah, that's well sealed, eh? Holy crap. What do we got there? We'll have a, must be all your warranty stuff. Look at that. Oh, so that's your survival bag. Let's put this away. You don't get that with the kit. Whoa! You don't get, like, you folded that. You don't get this with the kit. So yeah, you just got a survival bag, which this is waterproof too. So if you go in the water or something, so you pretty much have this anywhere. Little whistle. Always makes me laugh when you got a whistle. But I suppose if you hurt yourself or you just find the energy, you're cold or something, might come in handy. So what we might do is we might pack this up as we go. What have we here? So here's the kit. I'll just put the rubbish down there. Have a look at that. That's how it comes. Let me just check that you guys can see. All right, guys, I've zoomed in a little bit for you. See, you've got this. So is that, I wonder if that is waterproof. Made in China. Well, that would definitely be waterproof. It says you get a waterproof bag with the back, so maybe I should have kept the back. Yeah, waterproof bag. So maybe that's the waterproof bag and that's just something to hold the kit in. It's gonna be fun trying to get it back in. I'm gonna say there are just warranties and stuff like that. So you get the Gerber survival guide. If anything, it's something to read when you're stuck in the middle of nowhere. So we could keep that for a survival situation. God hopes that we don't get in one. Now that's to light your fire. That's a little Kindle. So there's like just cotton wool buds, but you could use them to light for your flint. So we'll leave them to the side for a sec. Now that's like dental floss, but it's obviously, it's a bit stronger. That could be used to like secure a tent or tie something. I'm sure they have like instructions of what to do with it, but you know, a little bit of rope, something to tie from a tree or something. You could use it as fishing line, but I think there's actual fishing line kit. It's waxed, so you could use it for candles or something like that. I don't know. But yeah, maybe I would look at that for like shelter or something. So far, if we're in a situation, we're kind of screwed. That looks like a heavy duty whistle. Let's have a look. Plastic. It's a bit cold, my hands are a bit cold today. Trying to open stuff. Again, made in China. Look at that. Another whistle. I don't know why you need so many whistles. You could start like an orchestra or something like that. One could be on that one could be on that. Oh my God, what are we? So this is a little mirror, right? I suppose if you see a helicopter or something, if you're really lost, you know, something like this might come in handy. It's like a bit of metal, it's a mirror. But yeah, I'd use this more for, just trying to see if that sticky comes off. Yeah, it does. But that could be good, just have a look at yourself, look how much of a wreck you're in. So let's face it, if you're pulling this kit apart, you're probably in trouble. But I think the idea is, oh, here we go. Okay, so if you see a spotting plane or something like that, you just flick this around. Tell you what, yeah, again, if you're using this to try and signal a plane, you're probably in bigger trouble than you think. But hey, it might make you feel good. But yeah, you can't actually, oh no, you could use it if you want to have a quick look at yourself. See if your teeth are clean or something. But yeah, it's a pretty small little mirror. It's made of metal. You probably have to spend a few minutes cleaning all that stuff off. But yeah, I think we're still in trouble. I always put sewing kits in, survival kits. Yeah, I suppose you got to do some, I mean, why would you want a button? Correct me if I'm wrong, put it in the comments or something. Like, why do they put sewing kits? I mean, what do we all turn into hemstresses or something when we get in the bush and we got to survive? I suppose you could use the pin, you know, for a fishing hook, but I think you get a fishing hook with this. But yeah, if your clothes are falling apart, it's probably the least of your worries, but you might be able to make a trap or something with the rope. But really, if anyone knows why they're putting these in the kits, someone tell us, hey, here's your fishing kit. So yeah, just basically use a rod or something to wind the wheel, you know, to wind it up. You wouldn't use that bit of paper there. It's got a few hooks, some little sinkers. You can just chuck a couple of sticks, put a couple of lines in, maybe make a few lines just hanging in the water, see if you can catch something. That could be of some use. A little bit of fishing wire there. Mind you, let's have a bit more of a look at that. That's it's a pretty thin line, so you wouldn't want to catch something too big. Mind you, you're catching it with your hand. Yeah, so that could be of some help there. What do we got here? A keychain torch. Oh, see if that's any good. It's just a cheap little torch. See? Oh yeah, it does have a battery. Now I'm going to say that's flat, but let's have a look. Oh, here we go. You're meant to do something. No. Yep. I don't know, turn the fucking thing on. Here we go. Let's have a read of the instructions. It says something about pull. Ah, look at that, it's not flat. Ah, yeah, a little bit of light. You're not shining much, but you could hang that up somewhere. That's probably the most handy thing. I wonder how that actually works. Oh yes, you just pull it in and out. It's kind of cool. I might actually use that for my car. But again, I reckon that's made in China. I'm not putting my life on that one. Well, that's self-explanatory. Rope, so you use that for your, you know, if you, a lot of the time, you get this, oh, they do have one, here you go. This is what you want. See this, and these two will work really well together. Obviously, if someone's, you know, hypothermia, you wrap them up in this, but that folds out, put a string between a couple of trees, and you've got yourself a little shelter. So that there will help you survive, I know that for a fact. That'll give you shelter, waterproof, so you can make yourself a little tent, you know, like, it won't be the best tent in the world, but it'll be a tent. Excuse me for a second, I'll just put all the rubbish here. Yeah, no, that's cool. And you could use that for other things, you're not climbing with it, but yeah, so I should talk more about this. So that's a heat thermo shield. They're pretty common, they're not expensive. You can buy like heaps of them, that depending on the size and stuff. But yeah, you wrap that up around you, like that's all the heat you had. You wrap that, it'll keep the heat in. It can be used for lots of things, but the best use I've seen for it is with the rope. You've got a little shelter there, so if it's raining and stuff. It's just a little handsaw. Never actually used one of these. We should get it out and have a little test. But yeah, that's design. Fingers in. So you just put it around the tree, wrap it around with one finger, and then just pull. or you could just put your foot on a smaller branch you can't get through. Obviously, if you had like a little axe or something, that would be much more handier. But hey, if this is all you got, that would eventually do it. I reckon you probably burn more energy than it's worth, unless you got food supply and stuff, you know, because that looks like it require a lot of energy to sort of get going. This is kind of cool. I've been waiting for this one. Ooh, before we get to that, we got some copper wire. Wonder what you'd use copper wire for. Like a phone call. Let's have a look. I wonder if it tells us. Oh, a carry case. Copper wire. I wonder what we're going to use that for. I mean, I suppose you could stitch yourself back together again. You could make like again, use it with this. I think you could use it for a booby trap, making a trap for an animal. And if we're eating food, maybe you could use it as a sewing kit for little spears. So, making myself laugh now. But yeah, if anyone knows what the copper wire is for, put that in the comments too. I mean, that'd be interesting. This one's pretty self-explanatory. Look at that, that's a cool little thing. How does that work? Yeah, this is the coolest part of the whole thing. So you've got a little wire snipper there. Some, little snippers. It's got the Gerber on it, so it's a decent quality. It doesn't feel plasticky. It feels nice and solid. Like you wouldn't put it's only small, so you wouldn't put a lot of pressure on it. It wouldn't be a daily tool, but that would be handy to have in the bush. And then you got a couple of little screwdrivers. Got a Phillips head, plain head. Sorry if I got the wrong words there. You got a nail file. Because that's what you need. You need nice nails when you're in a survival situation. Can't have dirty nails. But that could come in handy for something if you had to, I don't know, shape a spearhead or something maybe. I don't know why they call it a nail file. Seems like more stuff in there, but I don't know how to get it out. Maybe that is it. So you got more. Oh, you got a little pair of tweezers. So that would be handy if you got a splinter or something like that. So that could come in handy. I always get freaking splinters cutting the wood and stuff. So yeah, nothing worse if you can get it out early because the next day it's all sore. It's just like a little. I don't know if you can see that. It's like a little raised, softened edge. Not too exciting. Here we go. Here comes the good stuff. And that's your knife there. Yeah, that's pretty sharp, hey? Yeah, it's not too bad. Should cut through that easier. Yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty sharp. It's a good, decent little knife. Obviously, we all know what a knife can be used for. That's a cool little thing. That's probably the coolest part of the whole kit so far. I think a lot of this could be, if you could be bothered, you could probably put this together quite cheaply. This is probably the most expensive bit of the kit. Like, I don't know where you'd buy one of them cheap in that size, because it's quite a small size. That's my knife there. So you can sort of get an idea. It's half the size of this. I don't actually know. I think they're 27. Is it 27 inches or something, or centimeters? That doesn't look like 27. But yeah, that'll give you an idea of size. But that's probably the coolest thing in the whole kit so far, because these things are running around 60 to 70 bucks. So if you could be bothered, I reckon you could put this together a lot cheaper and probably with a bit better stuff. Here's your flint. These are funny, eh? You can see these cheap, and I'll be interested to see what the Gerber one's like. Of course, I can't open the fucking thing. But So the rope just, I mean, you put this around your neck and stuff like that. But with the flints, so that's one solid flint. Okay, so this would be worth a bit. Let's pull this apart a bit more. So I think you can actually use your, because normally, no. Let's see, let's get this apart a bit more. This sort of thing is fascinating. So you've got the two together. Oh, that's a little bottle opener. Handy. So you can pop your bottles. So if you're lucky to be in the bush. No. Because I've had one before and the flint was actually raised, but this looks like it's all there. So I wonder if there we go. Yeah. Look at that. Okay, so that's actually a really good one. Because I've seen the cheap ones that you get for like $2-3. I've seen them, I've sold them before, and they're fine. But the whole thing's not a flint. This whole unit is a flint. So you should be able to scratch that anywhere. Just move a bit of that stuff. And it will my $5 coffee table is copping it. Yeah, so that's, oh, I've actually burnt my table. Yeah, so that's actually a good one. Because I have seen it, and like, that'll last you quite a while. So if you're on the move and you didn't bring a lighter, which would probably be a lot easier than doing this. But the idea is, probably gonna start a fire in a second. I've got my beer there if I get trouble. Is you just flick it into this. So you could even put that on there. And that, whoop, so you went. And that'll light up pretty quick. That's probably the coolest part of this video. But yeah, so you just flick that on and then obviously get your sticks and stuff like that. But yeah, quality wise, that's actually really good. I'll rate that. That's worth more than $3. Let's have a look at it all together. Keeping in mind you're paying around anywhere from $60 to $80 for these kits. That's really good quality. That's really good quality. That's just rope. That would cost you like, I don't know, let's give it $5 if that. That's a $2 light. That's cotton buds. That'll cost you nothing. Steal them off your missus or your partner. Or if you are a lady, well, then you get to get them for free. They're about anywhere from $5 each. Let's just say it's a good quality one, say it's worth $10, you know? So that's actually really good. That looks like decent quality. That's about, say, $5 to $10 worth, somewhere around there. Let's put all that crap there. I reckon you could put that together for under $2. So that's good. Like, it's handy, but it's not. I don't think that's like, it would be hard to get if you want to make your own kit. Freaking sewing kit, you get them from. Everyone's got one of them around. Say nothing. A little bit of metal, which is cool. It has got the hole in the center, so you know that's kind of handy if you're gonna use it on the rope. You could use the rope with it. Maybe that's what the copper's for. You could, you know, do something with that. That's worth 20 cents. That's worth nothing. Probably have that lying around your house. Again, if anyone knows what that's for, or the sewing kit, put them in the comments, please. So let's see if we can work out them. I mean, I'm sure that, I mean, they'd come in handy for something. But yeah, you got a little bit of, this is like a wax string. So that would come in handy, but that's worth a couple of bucks, if that. And a pretty cheap ass looking whistle, which only purpose would be a whistle. Survival guide, well, that's got to be worth something, you know, there's someone's experience and being in the bush, and plus it would give you something to read while you're in there. Plastic bag, I'm sure you got one of them lying around, that costs you nothing. And this little survival kit, you know, that's quite cool. And that's something, you know, like would cost money, I suppose, but again, you could just use anything for this, so we'll say that's worth $5, you know. So 5, so 15, let's just call that 15 bucks. So say you got about 30 bucks worth of kit there. You know, that's it. These two things are the most expensive part of the whole kit, I reckon. Not saying they're the most useful, but well, they probably would be the most useful, but these are decent quality, both these pieces. That you'd pick up for, let's just call it $5. I reckon you easily pick them up, $10 tops. So let's call it 10 for today's purpose. So there's 40 bucks. They're worth, let's say $5, $45. Yeah, and the survival kit, let's just say probably real value, the kit, you know, to get that stuff would probably cost you around, let's just say $50. This stuff all here, which is filler of it, I reckon there's lucky to be $5 worth of gear there. I mean, you can look at it for yourself. If you put to the time, this is, I mean, that's a cool little light, you know, it's fancy, but it's just a cheap light. You pick them up for nothing, a few bucks, you know. So probably the kit value-wise, you know, you probably, what I might do is I'll bring you back now and we'll have a little chat and we'll, yeah, get it rolling again. All right, guys, well, that's basically the unboxing. So as I was saying, I reckon, let's just get the rubbish out of the way. All this stuff here you can basically put together for, say, if you wanted that. You've already got a whistle here. I don't know why you'd want 2 whistles. Well, let's just say you did. But there's lucky to be $5 of value there, and a lot of stuff you probably find around your house. Just, if you're a lady, just raid your cabinet. If you're a man, raid your partner's cabinet, and you'll find all this stuff. I'll tell you what was cool, but the flint onto the cotton wool, that lit up real quick. So that's something to think about. I don't think these are anything special. I just think they're cotton wool buds. So maybe I'll do a few little tests for myself on that. Yeah, the quality is in this sort of stuff, and the 2 pieces really got 2. So if you wanted to build one yourself, like you could build a kit like this for probably under $30. Maybe, you know, you don't need all this stuff. This is really cool, but the little pliers. But you could put a full-size one in and it'd probably be more better, because you'd fit. I've got a you know, you could fit a full-size knife in a bag like that. So probably value for money on this kit. Unfortunately, I'm gonna have to say it's probably not there. Like, you know, you could do this a lot cheaper. It is cool because you get the cool little Gerber knife. You get the cool. This is really good. I'd be interested to see if these sell singly, because that's a really good flint. Because the whole thing is a flint. As I said before, a lot of the cheaper ones, just the middle bit is the flint, and so the rest is just metal. But that would start many a fire. That would, like, I'll keep this in my car in case I gotta have a fire on the side of the road. Who knows? But yeah, that's good. Yeah, as far as a kit, I think it's a good kit if you can't be bothered doing it yourself, but you probably should save yourself some money. You know, just putting one together, get yourself, and use this as a bit of a guide. You know, a flint with the cotton. I really like the cotton box. That's going to be in all my survival kits now. That costs nothing. A fishing kit, you know, that's, you could do a better kit, because I don't reckon that's strong, but you know, it's just a few hooks. And you know, a lot of that stuff you don't actually need, like little sink weights that are going to do almost bugger all. But you know, that's just catching little fish, you know, which might save you. So it's a good idea to have. I'm not saying it's not. But yeah, the torch, $2, you can get one of them. It's almost like dental floss. It's like a bit better quality than dental floss. But yeah, it's just waxed stuff. So that will come in handy. That'll cost you nothing. Copper wire, put it in the comments what do we reckon that's for. I'm sure it'll come in handy for something. And someone tell me why all the sewing kits are in the kits. Bit of rope. You know, that's your good stuff. But yeah, any little signal mirror, you can make one of them yourself. But yeah, I reckon you can put a decent kit together under $30. And you know, just have your basics. You know, something like that. And that'll all fit in there nicely. But yeah, as far as a kit, it's cool. It's cool, handy to have. If you're in the bush and you had nothing and this is all you had, probably not a bad thing to start with. Is it value for money? Probably not. I think you could build a lot better kit for your bang. But if you couldn't be bothered and you just want to chuck something in your car, definitely have a look on this. There'll be a link in the site. You're welcome to buy them. Like I say, I reckon you could build one up cheaper if you did it yourself, and just use this, even use this video to try and put one together. But yeah, it's basically just this stuff, you know, so you don't need much more than that. But I think you could, instead of having a tiny little thing, you could have like a full, you know, Leatherman or Gerber one, they do one. You could even have it cheap. You could buy a $3 flint. You know, it depends how long you're planning on being stuck in the bush and where you are, where you live. What's the odds of you actually, you know, my odds of being stuck in the bush can be quite high sometimes. You know, and quite often in day-to-day life, it's very low. It's only when I'm hiking or away for the night, camping or something like that, these sort of kits. But these can be handy in the car, just having a little screwdriver. You know, you never know when you're going to pull something apart, or but things like that can come in handy. But yeah, I hope you're all getting through the coronavirus all safe. It's 2020 now. I had a lot bigger plans for 2020, and I think a lot of us have all got a bit twisted, and I think we've all found ourselves with a bit more time. But yeah, keep supporting the channel. Please give us a thumbs up and a subscribe. Yeah, I'm trying to build that up. I've got a lot more than I was hoping. But yeah, every time one of you hit it, it really makes me feel good. And the more people that get on it, the more of these I'll do. Someone is apparently sending me a drone to review. But yeah, we'll see when we get it. But yeah, there's some more King's products and stuff I want to do, but they're running out of stock at the moment as well. But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for watching, guys, and we'll see you on the next round.